hard to find things, or there's too much going on, or there's too much noise, or whatever it is, it's time to sit down and have conversations with those people and say, okay, how can we fix that? Really and truly, how can we fix this? And it may mean purging, getting some stuff out. It may mean changing the function of some rooms. You know, I have friends who have a dining room that is not a dining room anymore. It is their children's playroom. Or a dining room that has become an office because someone needed a space to just sit and be. We have a room in our house that is a school room. We put only school stuff in it. You know, it's those kinds of things that it's time to have those conversations about how can we make this home work for us, not how can we work for this home. Maybe you're tired of spending all weekend long maintaining your yard. Well, what can you do to fix that? How can you make the changes? And it's always saying, okay, God, this is the family that I'm in. We are all in this together. We want to be able to do things together, and yet we feel as if we have to do this instead to take care of this home. What can we do? That may even mean the radical thing of selling your home and getting something smaller and downsizing. I don't know. I don't know. I do know that God knows what's best. And I do know that when you're trying to create a peace-filled home, it's important to have that conversation with God and say, okay, how do I do this? And that's why we've started with you. If you are peace-filled, if you are working on maintaining that peace within yourself and within the marriage relationship and with your children, chances are you're going to start looking around your home and going, I don't want to be dealing with A, B, and C anymore. You know, you just start letting go of a few things. Anybody who knew me, I would guess, 7, 8 years ago, I guess would be around there, would tell you, and I am still not recovered all the way, but that I was a type A perfection person. It always had to be done well, always had to be done right, and always had to remain done right. You know, messes just weren't a part of my vocabulary to be allowed around. But once I started realizing that God wanted me to be still so that I could pay attention to the people in my family, I realized that being still came along with not really cleaning as much as I thought. And that wasn't that I don't let bacteria grow all over the house, you know, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about clearing out stuff in order so that I could just streamline what I was doing. And you know, really and truly, I don't miss half the stuff I ended up throwing out. I really don't. But it's about maintaining that peace in my home. You know, you'll see behind me there's a blank wall. This is my living room. Right now we have no bookshelves, not only because we haven't moved in and I really haven't decided what I want yet, but part of me is looking at this going, okay, it means something else to clean. What do I want to put there instead? How do I want to maintain this? Decisions we make in doing our yard are based on what do I really want to maintain? What do I want to be responsible for? Because it all comes down to taking care of the people in my family. Taking care of me, taking care of my husband, taking care of our children. I don't want to have to take care of my house on top of that. I want my house to take care of me. I want my house to take care of my family. So I really do feel that God has given me several strategies in which to do this. And I know I shared quite a few of them with you in the session notes, but a couple that are really near and dear to me are those that help me stay kind of on top of things. You know, laundry, for example, is a fact of life. I think I do, I don't know, between 1 and 2 loads of laundry every day. I really do. I get up in the morning, I transfer over laundry if I didn't finish it the night before, I keep it laundry basket underneath my dryer, dump everything in there, and then I'll pull it out and fold it later on in the day. I don't necessarily fold it right then, but I also don't worry about wrinkles so much, and I don't have a lot of clothes that need to be pressed. My husband's shirts, I do those. I wash them separately on the permanent press cycle, and I hang them up right away. So but I do that to take care of my husband and to take care of me. I hate ironing. So those are the kinds of things to be thinking of. Grocery shopping, for example. Right now, with homeschooling, it's difficult to find the opportunity to homeschool without dragging 2 children with me along, or to grocery shop without dragging 2 children with me. So I have to be very, very streamlined in how I do it. I plan a menu, we figure out what foods we want, I make the grocery list, and off we go. I try and get a routine going, and I do the same thing. Each week I try and have the same staples that I bring back into my house. We've gone through them. I make a menu, and I kind of go through it. Those kinds of things really help us to continue keeping that peace in our family. If my husband comes home and he, wants something to drink, and I'm all out of milk, I'm all out of juice, I'm all out of soda, there's a problem, right? There's a problem. So I try and keep on top of that. But that doesn't mean that I run into the store every day. I run to the store once a week. Really and truly, I run to the store once a week. And if it's something that runs out in between, I say, oh well, I got enough the first day, you got to make it last. These are things that help us create peace too, because we don't want to lose our peace by running around trying to take care of a home. Ladies, our homes are places that are meant for refuge, not only for ourselves, but for those who come into our home as well. And what I need you to remember too is that when you're peace-filled, when your family is peace-filled, and when you're working to maintain that order and that peace within your family, then when people come into our homes, it can be a peaceful situation for them as well. And that is part of carrying out that commandment that Jesus gave us to love one another. I know I shared with you in there that there's so often, I got to the point where I didn't even want to have people over because I would freak out about all the different preparations that need to be made. And I think I really did make some people feel uncomfortable as I continually cleaned and took care of everything and got everything cleaned up before the party was even over. I mean, that was not so nice. Think about the people who are in your home, and that is really where you need to focus on. And when you keep those people as more important than your home, then everything does fall into place. You will have time to make sure the bathrooms get cleaned. You will have time to reorganize that drawer if you need to. You will have time. But we have to trust God first. We have to ask Him to do what it is He wants us to do each and every day to take care of ourselves, our marriages, our families, our children, and then our homes. That's its proper place. And I pray that as you have your discussions today about all the things that bug you in your home and overwhelm you with taking care of your home and being the homemaker and possibly even being a worker outside of the home and a homemaker, I pray that you're encouraged by this. Let it all go. Let every expectation that you have about your home go. Chances are it's a weed anyway. And then ask God to fill you with His truth about it. How does your peace-filled home look from God's perspective? And I promise, ladies, I promise that if you follow God in this, you will not regret it. Thank you.